So last session in my squat video, I questioned the idea of ramping and how it works with how we approach intensity and load management in our sets. So generally speaking, we tend to, or what we do is we increase the weight, or at least the load, every single set. So instead of doing, let's say, 80 kilos for 5 sets of 5, you will start off with 70 kilos, then 75, then 80, then 85, and then like maybe 87. Each time you're upping up the weight, but you are maintaining the reps. So when we think about it, by theory, what's happening is you are increasing the weight. So obviously intensity is also going up. The first few sets will work as a warm-up or something to warm up your, how comfortable you feel with the weight, and then you slowly ramp it up. Rather than starting straight away with 80 kilos, your first set of that straight sets isn't going to be as, it won't achieve maximal intensity as compared to the very last set. But then again, with ramping, wouldn't reducing the weight at the very start also limit your potential from the very beginning and hence gas you out? That was something that I questioned, and someone else mentioned, quite a few people mentioned in the comments section. But I guess another way to approach this notion of ramping, where you ascend the load every single set, is by ensuring that you constantly increase intensity every single set. Now, intensity can obviously increase every single set with straight sets. While you may not be effectively hitting every single weight with ease, well, relative to your original set, your intensity may be matched because of your fatigue, how you feel with every single weight and set you've done. In this session, what I tried to do was I started with 80 kilos. I did a set of 5. Then I did 85 kilos, another set of 5. And I did 87 kilos for a set of 4. And then I dropped it to 80 kilos and I did a set of 6. So I made sure that my very last set, which was 80 kilos, was at least 1 rep higher than my first set, just to make sure that I was maintaining intensity. I was still surprised that I managed to hit those reps near the end, simply because I thought I would have been fatigued. But it surprises me that at the start of my session, when I thought that the 5 rep of the 80 kilos was not too easy, it was a bit uncomfortable to hit. But I was able to hit another rep, so 6 reps at the very end of my set, despite my fatigue build-up. Maybe I could say that there's not just a sense of warming up the muscles, but also warming up the neurological connection with the movement. I'm getting more comfortable with the weight. I'm more used to the weight throughout the sets. The more comfort I build, the more I warm up my mind-muscle connection in a way. So therefore, I'm better able to hit those reps near the end. And I was fairly surprised that I managed to hit 85 kilos for a set of 5. It was, I struggled on the last rep, and then I pushed for 87 for a set of 4. Now, by theory, I believe that 87 kilos for a set of 4 was of higher intensity than my 85 kilos for a set of 5. I also believe that hitting the 80 kilos for a set of 6 was worth the rep. It was worth the volume because relative intensity-wise, it was higher. It was just as high, and I wasn't losing out on the extra muscle activation that I would have lost if I didn't go as hard. Now, another thing is this does not consider the supplementary exercises you do after your first compound movement. So I did my bench, but after the bench, I did incline bench. This was used for hypertrophy. To be honest, if I went hard enough on the barbell bench, I wouldn't even need to do these dumbbell incline presses. I'll be too fatigued. And it surprises me that the general athlete or someone that gyms, they actually put in quite a bit of exercises. And I'm fairly shocked because this used to be me. I used to do around like 5 or like 6 compound exercises per workout. So an example would probably be something like a flat barbell bench, then incline bench, then dips, and then some other movement. I would have been completely exhausted, and the rest of the and also like that's not even considering the isolated exercises I'll do. So like tricep pull downs, like pec flies, and all of those excess volume and excess work. Those were times when I realized that all of that was junk volume. I wasn't getting any benefit out of it, and it would have been so much more worth it if I had just worked on those original first few exercises and went for strong intensity. Almost going to failure, and not too concerned about just hitting reps, but just doing it by relative intensity, how I feel. So nowadays, I don't even try and aim for a rep range for like the hypertrophy sets of incline dumbbells. I only do it till I hit almost near failure or in max intensity. That is my goal.